You robbed this gentleman, you wretch.
How long have you been a thief?
Well, clearly sometime longer than you've been a counsellor. Sentence is death? No! No!
You're not so mistaken about your errand here.
Blast your eyes, you damned bitch! Mr. Garrow!
My lord, I submit that my client has been wrongly indicted and that any sentence be respited.
Mr. Garrow saved an innocent man's life.
Famous for quality, infamous for price. Yeah. Of course I've heard of Van Butchell.
5 guineas each.
Each.
I'd gladly pay 10, 20 even. I had brisket last night.
Brisket? Oh, I see the rouged fury of righteousness upon Garrow's apple cheeks. Again.
This brief.
After incisive moral dissection, he finds no opportunity for foppish speechifying or whorish manipulation of the jury's emotions and must regretfully decline it.
This does not concern you, sir.
Oh, but it does. I'm prosecuting.
I know it's not a case to relish. It's vile in many aspects. But you either believe that all who come to law deserve strong legal counsel or you don't.
It's the cab rank principle. You take the first to arrive, regardless of how rickety the carriage may be. Watch out for the potholes while riding in that one. Suit house?
Your friend is for the prosecution.
Yes, I maintain good relations with all.
I will take the brief.
Why? Because you agree with the principle outlined? Or because Mr. Sylvester chafes at you?
I will take the brief.
A gentleman cannot elect to be beheaded.
No, sir, that privilege ended 20 years ago. It was for the aristocracy. You are not lordly enough to have been given the choice.
All that kicking around on a robe lacks dignity.
Mr. Cole, you have hired me to avoid the drop. Pray tell me what happened.
She is an itchy, pock-ridden trollop! The harpy minces all truth.
Of course, sir, of course. Clearly you are a man of honour. That is apparent to all. But for the benefit of a humble barrister such as myself, tell me, when this trollop is in court, what think you she will say you have done?
Lady Sarah.
Judge Buller.
I'm hoping you gracious ladies will find much to divert you in this morning's cases. An exceptional spread of
Vice, depravity, and stupidity?
and evil. We shall see the devil's hand, I'm sure of that.
There's vigour in your voice, Judge Buller. One could think we're about to enter the theatre.
The court and the theatre contain the extremes of man's behaviour. There's interest in that, would you not agree? Or do you come to court so regularly only for improving purposes?
I come to see justice for Mary Tolan.
Ah, yes. The servant. A courageous prosecution. Very brave.
Mr. Suithouse?
Armed for court?
Mr. Garrow.
Mr. Forrester, still filling your pockets with blood money.
He's prosecuting a burglary. They must be his witnesses.
Only 2, no more. Is that sufficient to win the case?
Probably. Just. Fewer rogues to bribe, more blood money for him. Even amongst thief-takers, Forrester's notoriously greedy.
I'd love to take him on again.
You ready?
Is there something different about your person?
Court shall rise.
Mr. Sylvester, Mr. Garrow.
Edgar Cole was indicted for that he, on the 13th of August last, with force and arms, upon Mary Tolin, spinster, did make an assault, and her, the said Mary, against her will, feloniously did ravish and carnally know. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
I call Mary Tolan.
Do you swear that you shall present the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. I came out of Ealing Workhouse and went to Cranford Bridge as a servant.
Who for?
Edgar Cole.
How long were you there?
A week and 3 days. I went there on the Friday night. The next Thursday, Edgar Cole began to serve me. And I ran away on the Sunday.
What happened on that Thursday?
I was stood by the door. I believe it was between 11 and 12 in the daytime. And Edgar Cole took and dragged me upstairs. He threw me down on the bed. And he entered my body. And he hurt me very much indeed. I tried to hollow out, but he clapped his hands before my mouth. He told me if I made any disturbance, he would cut my throat. And after he had done, he said he wanted tea and sugar.
Was this done against your inclination?
Yes, it was against my will.
My lord.
Garrow, do you have any questions for the witness?
My little girl, has it ever happened to you to be ravished by any man other than Mr. Cole?
No, sir. I was never laid with by anybody but him.
You have the foul disease.
Yes.
And who did you get it from?
Cole.
There's nobody else who could have given it to you.
No, sir.
Cole lay with you on the Thursday, and yet it was not until the Sunday that you ran away. Why so long?
On the Saturday night, another servant, a lousy boy, was put to bed with me. He was sent away by Mr. Cole in a drunken argument on Sunday. I took my chance to get away then.
And what was this boy's name?
William.
William Johnson is his name. Recollect yourself. And remember that there is no one in this courtroom who can hurt you or harm you for telling the truth. Upon your oath, how often did you lay with William Johnson?
sir. I did not lay with the servant boy at all.
You never lay with him once, twice, thrice?
No, sir.
You never played with him, nor toyed with him?
No.
When was he sent away?
Sunday night.
And what for?
Drinking the gin.
Drinking the gin. Did you drink the gin too?
A glass.
A glass. When was that?
Saturday.
You drank the gin on the Saturday, the night that you were forced to go to bed with William Johnson.
Yes.
And did he lie with you the whole night?
No, sir. Not to my recollection.
Not to your recollection. And did you catch lice from the lousy boy?
Yes, sir.
Did you catch anything else from him?
No, sir.
And how can you tell?
He was my friend.
You what? Pray continue.
I told him what Cole had done. He offered comfort.
Now, you see, my first question was whether or not you had been ravished by any man other than Mr. Cole.
Not before then.
But after? After?
You've reached a verdict.
Not guilty.
Prisoner is discharged.
Mr. Garrow, I owe you an extra guinea. Thought I was for the rope this time.
When you are next of mind to ravish a servant, spend a guinea on a harlot.
Next prisoner.
Drummond Clark is indicted for
Do you know
felonious...
how much today? Your name will surely ring throughout the land.
5 guineas and 43 shillings.
Yes, of course. Well, we shall have to see.
There was doubt. There was ample doubt.
You think him not guilty, truly?
That is not my concern. Those brought before the law deserve counsel. I protected her as best I could.
My little girl. Settle her nerves and brand her a strumpet and a drunk. The rape was not even examined. Where is her justice?
There was no prospect of conviction. Men who ravish servants do not suffer guilty verdicts. He would have to lie with her in court.
You are coarse, sir.
You urged me to defend the monster, Lady Sarah. A man who slashed women.
On a principle. One man against a mob. You took her case to exercise your skill. Sometimes it is right to be too busy or too expensive.
Bested me there, Garrow. No, I withdraw. Clearly I intrude in some intimacy.
That is a foul insinuation. Do you hear me, sir? That is the second insult you have offered me today. I demand an apology.
I'm not in the habit of apologizing for imagined slights.
Then I demand satisfaction. Don't mock me, sir.
No. I am an advocate, and I obey the law.
Well, do not.
Then I demand satisfaction.
Do not be noisome, Will. Withdraw the challenge.
I shall not.
My second shall contact you.
Do not think you defend my honor. There may be reasons for your actions, but they are yours alone.
Your vanity and intemperate nature strain my sinews, Garrow. You conduct yourself in court with great maturity, and then succumb to an argument that would disgrace a nursery. If he insults your conduct at the bar, shrug it away. It's no reason to duel. Truly, is that all you quarrelled about?
You have new teeth.
Yes. Van Butchell's. 5 guineas each.
Each?
Mrs. Soothouse thinks me 10 years younger.
Can I withdraw?
Not without dishonour. You should have done so when you had the chance.
Have you ever fought in a duel, Mr. Soothouse?
Of course not. I was a second once, in my extreme youth.
I've never even fired a pistol.
And Sylvester is a renowned shot.
Do you say that to frighten me?
I say it because it's so.
Gentlemen, gentleman-like pattern. Peacocks. They want their lace flounced.
Old gents, perhaps. Not the ones we sell to. All ground, no frills. Have you anything like that?
I do. Now, if you're willing to stretch your guineas, this is French. Fine ground.
Quality. How much?
2 guineas. Buy 5 pieces, and I'll shave the price.
It's still too much for us. Good day.
Good day.
Grandma, put them up there. What's wrong?
We've been robbed! Man and woman took a box of marl. Don't stand there dribbling. On your heels!
Go.
Where you tread? That's swiped. What? That box is stolen. I know. I've retrieved it. I'm just about to seek the owner. Thief! I'm not a thief. You're mistaken. Thief! Thief!
Are you ready? Are you injured?
No.
Hair trigger refers to the amount of pressure required to discharge the pistol. The weight of a single hair will cause it to fire. This is a very simple idea, Garrow.
Shall I reload?
If you shoot yourself before the duel, you'll be forever damned as a poltroon. Here, I'll do it.
A duel? Are you certain? I'm Sylvester II. Why would they fight? Surely not a mere insult. They're professional men. A woman? Possibly. No one knows for certain. Sorry business. Will you send me immediate word of the outcome? Will Lord Camden be here soon?
Lord Camden sends his apologies. He will not be joining us.
But what of the Admiralty?
The position is filled.
What? I was promised... I was assured I would be considered.
You were considered. Lord Camden sends his apologies.
See that? See that?
A palpable hit. I thought we'd run out of powder and shot first.
Born with a pistol in my grasp.
You have killed the mighty Squash. I fear Hampstead Heath at dawn tomorrow will be altogether more difficult. Come, let's return to my office. There are other matters to attend to.
Other matters?
You must draw a will. A man of the law dying intestate is the most heinous crime of all.
Forrester. The lace is similar to this. Quite distinctive. I require the return of my lace and the prosecution of the 2 thieves responsible.
I can't help you.
There is a reward of 70 guineas and £80 from the court for the conviction of the thieves.
That's a lot of lace.
1 box. £50 worth.
The reward is higher than the value.
My grandson, Dan, chased the thieves. He was found, head cracked, dead. They will not hang for the boy. They will hang for the lace.
Can't help you.
80 guineas. I have no more.
I'll see what I can find.
What was that?
What's this?
Damn your eyes, Forrester.
Get off.
You've heard of this duel? Why did you not tell me?
Well, it's absurd. I imagine they were cancelled.
They're in earnest.
How did you learn of it?
Hervey is Sylvester's second. What was the quarrel?
A petty misunderstanding and nothing.
What manner of misunderstanding?
Well, professional, I assume. A legal slight coupled with mutual dislike is all.
You sure about this? There's no taint? No...
What? Rest here tonight.
Why does it have to be so early?
Were you sleeping? Then what does it matter? Try and broker peace with Mr. Sylvester. I'll petition Hervey.
Ridiculous ritual.
I suspected you would regret it.
Is there a way that we could withdraw with honor? A full apology would be sufficient, I think. Don't you? Very well, I will accept a full apology. You mock me.
Excuse me?
You must apologize to me.
Ah, well then we remain in our quandary.
These primitive rituals, they'd shame a painted savage. And all for nothing.
Our wives may disagree about nothing. But you have a point.
There are measures we could take to ensure the safety of the duelists. We could undercharge the pistols. We could substitute peas for shot.
Mr. Sylvester was most adamant. The duel must have deadly intent. The shot. Bite it.
Your word is sufficient.
Bite it, sir.
Oh! Damnation! 5 guineas.
Ready to draw lots. Short straw shoots second.
Mr. Sylvester?
You draw. I insist. You shoot first.
Good luck, Garrow.
Make it count.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you. You've been... Thank you.
At the signal, Mr. Garrow will fire. If able, Mr. Sylvester will then take his shot.
I will not.
Commendable, Garrow. Late, but most commendable.
Garrow, where are you going?
I will not participate in this buffoonery any longer.
Oh, but you will. It's my turn to shoot.
Sylvester, that's murder. He clearly didn't aim to harm you.
There is a code of conduct. Back to your place. Or run away to France, like a cur. Some regard shooting into the ground as a grave slight. It suggests I'm not even worth the lead.
That's not.
Quiet. Prepare yourself. You think you piss more than you drink, Garrow. It's time for you to embrace humility.
Shoot, damn you.
Keep still. Very still.
William!
You will demand another audience with Camden.
I'm not in the position to demand anything.
They will see your worth eventually.
Mr. Garrow has been shot. Some decorum, madam.
Is he dead? Is he dead?
He's injured. Am I a cuckold? Am I a cuckold?
No, sir, you are not.
How fares the patient? I met that chiseling surgeon in the street. I told him we'd pay no more. I know a nick on the arm when I see one.
A nick it may be, but it is the most painful nick.
And expensive. I'll add the bill to your account.
Thank you. And thank you again. I've been rash, asinine.
Yes.
Sylvester has shown me favour.
How so?
He accused me of whorish manipulation of the jury's emotions. I should have applauded instead of taking offence. He's absolutely right. It's my strength.
It's one of your strengths. And one of your weaknesses is duelling.
Yes.
Here is a brief that may be of interest.
I'm not fit for court.
Forrester, the thief-taker, is the main witness.
I accept the brief.
I had thought you would.
Well?
No one can help us.
I know how thief-takers conduct their business. Forrester orders you to rob, he then pays for the stolen goods and then sells the goods back to the owner.
We didn't do anything.
In this case, he also sold you.
Why?
Money. The shop owner's grandson gave chase and perished.
We know nothing of
I
that.
saw no boy.
Have the jury reached a verdict? Yes. It's death by hanging.
Thank you. Well?
They're guilty, of course, but not the most guilty.
Exactly.
Jurors hate thief-takers as much as we do, but there is a defence.
There always is.
Exploit the jury's sympathies, and they may convict on a lesser charge.
You remember when we saw Forrester last? How many witnesses did he have? He's complacent, arrogant. Study his previous cases. Compare, contrast. There are weaknesses to be probed.
Can you help?
Presently. First, I must take action against Van Butchel.
The denture maker?
Indeed. Jailer!
But you bit on lead.
Lead shot is to be found in partridge. Am I not to eat partridge? For 5 guineas a tooth, I expect to chew through my desk.
Lady Sarah.
Please do not get up. Not while bearing such a mortal blow.
Crassly acquired.
Yes. Are you in pain?
A little. My behaviour at the court was unacceptable.
I thought you dead.
So did I.
I thought that could not be borne. This is wrong. Forgive me.
Lady Sarah.
I came to inquire after Mr. Garrow's health. I'm pleased to find your wound not serious. Good evening.
The duel was over, Lady Sarah.
Do you dress for court? Mr. Garrow defends, again. I thought it'd be of interest, if you didn't know already.
I have heard of it. Thank you.
Many in the house hope he will lose.
And why is that?
They don't care for him. They care that criminals meet justice. They need thief-takers.
You greatly overestimate Mr. Garrow's influence.
You are thieves. You are guilty, and the jury will deduce this. Tell them this first, and you may gain their sympathy. Forrester paid you 28 shillings for a £50 box of lace. Is this the truth?
It is.
Well, then it is fortunate that the law states that selling goods worth less than 29 shillings is not a hanging offence. Plead not guilty to the crime as charged. Tell them what you did and why. If the jury hate the thief-taker enough, and I can expose him as a liar, well, then, there is a chance you may cheat the rope. What say you?
Garrow, how heals your graze?
Sylvester, I have heard of cases where the life and death dance of the duel often leads to new respect, even affection or deep friendship.
Apparently this is so.
This is not one of those cases. The way you shot at me marks you as a loathsome cat.
Steady, Garrow. I could challenge you.
I have learned my lesson, and I shall only fight you in court. And I will win, more times than I lose.
I look forward to it. Puncturing your pig bladder pride.
I would miss you, Garrow. It's the reason I aimed for your arm.
Mr. Suithouse?
There are references here to files you will have read last night.
I should have told you the truth.
I acted as your second, believing your conduct to be honourable. You have made a fool of me.
My conduct was honourable.
Not to me.
No. My apologies, I did not mean to deceive.
There is no time. Judge Varley presides, and dinner approaches.
Varley?
Yes.
The acrid old tosspot. He can match Satan for malevolence after an hour at the swill bowl.
Which is why you must be swift. Finish the case before he eats.
You have all your teeth.
I wish all would quiver and cave before the laws Van Butchel does, including you. Read that before you go into court.
Court shall rise. Thomas Enoch and Phoebe Pugh, spinster, were indicted for stealing one box of lace, value £50, the property of Mrs. Catherine Stanton, kept privately in the shop of the said Mrs. Catherine Stanton. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. I believe you are close-sighted.
I am.
Go as near the defendants as you wish.
They are the thieves. I am most certain.
This was recovered from their dwellings. Is this your lace?
Yes.
No further questions.
Mr. Garrow?
Madam. Pray, how did you recover your lace?
I am yet to recover it. It is there.
Mr. Forrester found it, did he not?
Yes.
Tell me, how did Mr. Forrester come to be looking for your lace?
I begged him to look for it.
Why?
I wanted it back.
Why ask Mr. Forrester? Is it because he is a known thief-taker? Because he is notorious for finding stolen items?
Yes.
And did you offer him a reward for finding your lace?
Yes.
How much of a reward did you offer him?
80 guineas.
And yet the lace is worth £50, is it not? Why such a reward?
Answer the question, madam.
My grandson gave chase after the robbery. They say he tripped. He did not trip. He was slain by them!
Order, madam!
They beat a young lad to death so they could flee. Heed this when you consider a verdict. It is not lace. It is a fine, sweet boy's life!
Madam, silence! The jury will disregard the statement.
My condolences, madam. I grieve for your loss.
Thank you.
No more questions, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Call Edward Forrester. Do you swear that you shall present the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Forrester, why did Mrs. Stanton come to see you?
I have a hard-earned reputation.
You retrieve stolen goods?
If I can.
How did you find the lace?
I ask questions in public houses. I received word the defendants have made an attempt to sell lace. I was acquainted with them, gained access to their abode, and searched till I found the goods in a cupboard.
And who was on the premises?
Both of them.
No further questions.
Your witness, Mr. Garrow.
Mr. Forrester, we have met before in this court, have we not?
As I recollect, we have.
You have been here several times over this last year.
4.
How much money have you claimed in rewards over that year?
Can't recollect.
Really? Is it £220?
Well, if you tell me it's that.
I do.
And how did I spend it?
I remind you that you are on oath. Now, can you tell the court, once again, where you found the box of lace?
In a cupboard at the dwelling of the defendants.
You are certain?
I am.
And how much is the lace worth?
£50, according to Mrs. Stanton.
That is the price that an honest person would pay for it. How much would a criminal pay if he was buying the lace off thieves?
Well, I wouldn't know.
28 shillings, perhaps. Is that a fair price for a rogue?
Well, not being a rogue, I wouldn't know.
No more questions, my lord.
Thank you, Mr. Forrester.
Doing this for your benefit. Getting drawn into argument like this.
Who's the next witness?
Sam Steele, Your Honour.
Have we time enough to hear him before dinner?
I fear not, my lord.
Court is adjourned.
Court shall rise.
I'm glad you came.
This is torment.
For now, yes. But given time,
William, there is no hope.
there is.
No. No, I will remain true to my husband. I will not return to court. Pray do not contact me.
I would bear any disgrace for you.
I would not ask it.
There is more. There is something you are not telling me.
Lady Sarah, I thought I saw you. You must come with me.
Judge Varley, thank you.
I
but
will be offended. Dine with me now and be my guest on the bench.
I really can't.
I won't take no for an answer. Come, my dear. You join us too, Mr. Garrow.
You read my letter.
I've been much distracted of late.
Yes. I specifically suggested that you restrict your cross-examination of Forrester and concentrate your fire on Sam Steele.
Mr. Suithouse, I conduct the case.
On my instruction. You are ill-prepared. Be reckless with your own life, not your client's. Prepare the case.
I must dine with Judge Belligod first.
No, Garrow. You should have ended this case before dinner, as agreed. You read my letter and study the cases I suggest.
So when he came into court, When he came into court, I could see immediately.
You're late, Garrow.
I was preparing.
Too late for that now, too, I think.
You may have clipped my wings in the heath, but you will not do so in court.
Your rapier wit. I'm paid back double.
Tell me, Mr. Garrow, what system would you propose instead of the thief-takers?
I'm the proposer of no systems, Your Honour.
But you disapprove, I can tell. Don't bite your tongue like a woman! I beg your pardon, Lady Sarah. Speak your mind.
Do, Garrow, do.
I've been preoccupied with insults of late.
What insults?
I object when a man lies to the court under oath. It is an insult. It is an insult to the judge, to the court, to God, and to the king.
Who lies to the court?
Those who would have an interest. Those who would earn money for it. Many of the thief-takers are fine and honourable men, but the perjurers...
The perjurers will feel the cruel might of the law in my court. I will not have perjury!
Call Staff Steele.
Can you read, Mr. Steele?
No.
Read that.
False witness shall not be imprisoned, shall not be unpunished, but he that speaketh lies shall perish.
How do you earn your living?
I'm a tanner.
A tanner. Can you show your hands to the court? A working tanner's hands are stained. You've just read that sign to me, did you not?
Perjury will be dealt with most severely, Mr. Steele. Most severely!
I ask again, how do you earn your living, sir?
I did not intend to mislead, sir. I'm a tanner by trade. I earn my living working for Mr. Forrester.
Do not look to Mr. Forrester. He must know he employs you. What do you do?
All sorts. Anything I'm put to.
I saw you in court last week. Were you a witness?
Yes.
And how many times have you been a witness on Mr. Forrester's cases?
4, 5 times.
That is correct. 5 times. And how much have you been paid for your trouble?
£25.
25. Mr. Forrester has earned over £200. Did you know Mary Taunton?
No, sir.
She testified on 4 of Mr. Forrester's cases before being prosecuted for theft. Hanged. Did you know Henry Lee?
I met him.
Testified twice. Robbery. Hanged. Did you know Nathaniel Wallace?
Yes.
3 times deported. Catherine Fry twice. Flogged. Harold Collins once in prison. You've testified 5 times. Do you think you might be next?
Is that a question?
I think he's coming to the question, aren't you, Mr. Garrow?
Yes, Your Honour. Would you rather tell the truth now and walk free from court? Or will you wait until Mr. Forrester has no further use of you?
What manner of question is that?
A valid one. Answer it, Mr. Steele, and remember what lies in store for perjurers.
Mr. Forrester has seen you pause. I wager he'll remember that. Now, did you see Mr. Forrester find the lace box in the defendant's cupboard?
No.
Turncoat!
Damn you! Order! You, Forrester, silence! Runners! Don't let him leave the court!
You bitch!
What did you see, Mr. Steele?
I saw nothing. Mr. Forrester said he'd found the box. I was keeping watch over Tom.
And did you see Mr. Forrester carry a bag as he went into the defendant's room?
Yes.
And was the bag large enough to contain the lace box?
Now I think on it. Yes, it was.
You called him Tom. Did you know the defendants?
Yes.
How?
They work for Forrester too.
No more questions, Your Honour.
Thank you, Mr. Steele.
The prosecution rests its case. You have proven nothing. You have named your clients as thieves, and they will surely hang.
Well, unless you exert some sort of influence over the jury, I'm sure there's still some hope.
Mr. Garrow, do you have any more witnesses?
I would like to call Phoebe Pugh. You understand the perjury laws?
Yes.
Why did you steal the lace?
We were ordered to.
Who by?
Mr. Forrester.
And what did he tell you to do?
He told us to splice the half-blind old hag of her lace and hand it over to him.
And you did this?
Yes.
And how much were you paid?
28 shillings.
Why did you agree to this plan?
There is no choice with Forrester. If you don't do it, he makes things go badly for you.
And did you see the boy in the shop?
I saw a boy.
And where did you hand the lace to Mr. Forrester?
In the alley.
In the alley where the boy was laid?
I swear I didn't see the boy. I didn't see him. It was him. He did it, and I know he did!
You play!
What would Mr. Forrester have done had you refused to commit this robbery?
He would have seen us in court for something. Something we would have dangled for, too.
So to refuse would mean death?
Yes.
And if found guilty of stealing the lace, you will hang.
Yes.
That is the law. There is no opportunity for the judge to be merciful. And yet you did only receive 28 shillings for this crime, did you not?
Yeah.
If goods are deemed by the jury to be worth less than 29 shillings, the crime is not capital.
Why does he ask the defendant this? Your Honour, he is addressing the jury.
Yes, you must question the witness, Mr. Garrow.
Do you throw yourself upon the mercy of the jury?
I do.
I rest my case.
Gentlemen of the jury, consider your verdict.
You have reached a verdict?
We have.
How do you find the prisoners? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Theft of goods worth 28 shillings.
I sentence you both to 7 years' transportation. Take them down. Bring Forrester to the dock.
Filthy murderer! Beast! Poacher! Murderer!
William. Madam.
Mr. Garrow, thank you. Mr. Forrester was sentenced for perjury.
Judge Varley is swift. Was he as furious as he made pretense?
2 hours in the stocks.
Hardly sufficient.
My final words to my last relative, my little Chuck, my beautiful Dan, were harsh words. The words of a mean scold. Nothing could nor should suffice. Goodbye, sir.
Mr. Suithouse. I have come to throw myself upon your humble mercy.
Alone? Not brought another man's wife with you?
I have fought a duel for less than that.
You would challenge me, would you? Yes, you won today, but only after my intervention. You see, I mistook your recklessness for something rare.
I'm arrogant, I don't apply myself, I ignore your crusted advice. When will these lectures cease?
When you apply them! And realize that the court is not a stage for your dangerous antics. I have trained you to the best of my ability. I fear I have failed to recognize the limits of the raw material.
You have stifled me with your dust-dry caution.
It is not caution. It is instruction in the law. Now, I recognize your good mind. After all, half of mine is in it.
You cannot live a braver life through me.
That is enough.
You have trained me, but you do not own me.
If this association is no longer beneficial...
Very well.
All that I ask
All you ask is that I act as your puppet once more.
You see, your case, Joseph, is played out in the shadow of the guillotine. They fear you.
Be aware that these are the men who will decide what charge you face.
Treason?
These desperate times call for serious deliberation.
Assure me that you have spoken on the side of reason.
I trust you know that if you lose this, you will be reduced to defending cattle thieves in the provinces.
I will get you your day in court, or get you released.
After the news, which is next, Jane Horrocks is the painfully shy girl with a remarkable talent. She is Little Voice. That's at 10:25. And Garrow's Law concludes next Sunday night at 9 here on BBC One Wales.